One question that every Barcelona fan has been asking is, why is it that we are not looking for another striker? Why are we focusing all our attention on Julian Alvarez? Why are we not going for another profile of striker? Why don't we go for a tall, strong, big striker? And I think I understand it. After watching our first game yesterday against Elche, I think I understand clearly what Hansi Flick wants in his team, right? It's very, very clear. Hansi Flick wants an attack that is fluid. Hansi Flick wants an attack that can interchange positions. Hansi Flick does not want a static striker. Hansi Flick does not want a Lewandowski profile anymore. He doesn't want that number 9 that will stand in that number 9 box and not affect the game, generally. He wants a striker that can press. You saw what Rafinha was doing yesterday. That is the blueprint. You see that way Rafinha be doing yesterday? Where Rafinha be the press from that number 9 row. That is exactly the blueprint of what Hansi Flick wants from his striker. And as a striker, if you cannot do that job and do it well, you cannot play for Hansi Flick. And when I look around, the only strikers that have this ability to do this thing is Victor Osimhen and Julian Alvarez. Yes, Hansi Flick's ideal striker is not just a striker that can score goals. He's a striker that can press. Victor Osimhen is out of the equation because the Galatasaray will not sell him to you. He's too expensive. His salary is very, very high. Right? So Julian Alvarez is the only option out there that can do that job and do it very, very well. Apart from scoring goals, as a striker, you should be able to, interchange positions and also press. That pressing is the key. And if you have watched Julian Alvarez, you know that Julian Alvarez is very, very good at pressing. He's very, very good at, scoring goals, putting the ball at the back of the net, but he's also good at working hard. He can help in that pressing area. So now I fully understand why Barcelona has stuck with Julian Alvarez. And if it's not Julian Alvarez, I don't think we're going to sign another striker. Good news coming out from Barcelona. Gavi has not sustained an injury, so it's just a scare. Thank God. You see, when I watch Gavi, I can see a player that is trying to get back. He's eager to be back and he's trying so hard. Right? I know that Gavi might not be the most technically gifted midfielder. Gavi might not be the best at controlling the tempo of the game, but there's something that Gavi brings that we don't have. His game will become empty. What makes Gavi Gavi is that aggression, that ability to press. The fact that once you see Gavi coming, say he gets past that ball quick. Right? Gavi is a very, very big asset. And we cannot afford to have him injured this season. I'm so grateful to God that, they've released the information that he's not injured. So that is a very, very good news. Another good news is that Rodri has joined the team, first full training with the team. And he's set to be part of the team to face Athletic Bilbao on Thursday. We have a match on Thursday against Athletic Bilbao. So I am very, very happy about that news. And I can't wait, to watch Rodri have his debut against Bilbao. I don't know whether he's going to start. I don't know. It's all dependent on Hansi Flick. But one thing about Hansi Flick is that any decision with that man they make now, they sweet me. Any decision where Hansi Flick they make, I can never question it. I can never question Hansi Flick's decision. This whole Balde thing, I saw people come out and say, Hansi Flick, Hansi Flick is trying to scatter La Masia, this one. But you could clearly see it. He replaced a La Masia player with another La Masia player. So how is a manager who has given La Masia players so many opportunities the problem? How are you saying that a man that is so keen on promoting La Masia, how many La Masia graduates are now key players in our team? So Gerard Martin is now a key player in Barcelona. Look at Xavi Espart yesterday, right? If not the best. So believe in the manager. Fulham versus Chelsea. I know that, yes, they did not sack Arbeloa, but I call it the Real Madrid sacked derby. Arbeloa versus Xabi Alonso. These are two managers that were last season, they were managing Real Madrid. And now this season, one is managing Chelsea, one is managing Fulham. I'm very, very excited about this. Chelsea ended the preseason very, very well. They ended their preseason journey very, very well. We saw a lot of bright sparks, in that Chelsea preseason. But preseason is not the season. This is the real business. This is where football starts. And one player that I'm looking forward to is João Pedro. João Pedro was a shining light for Chelsea in that preseason. And I feel like for Chelsea to win this game today, João Pedro will need to show that thing he showed during preseason. Another thing is, Fulham is a very good team. They have very, very good players. And with Arbeloa and with the players that Arbeloa has signed, right? It's not going to be an easy match. You have to play at a very high level to win. If Chelsea does not play at a high level today, they're not winning this game. This is not a match where Chelsea will just play around and win. No. Because I feel like these players that are playing for Arbeloa want to prove a point also. Right? Arbeloa is a new manager. And you know that when a new manager comes in, you want to impress. You want to show that you are good. And it is an away match. So I will not be surprised if Fulham wins this. I will not be surprised one bit. But let's see who wins the game at the end of the day. Let the best man win.